Centuries ago, trade ships from every corner of the world started to set their sails for the small island nation of Sri Lanka. The Dutch, the English, the Portuguese and more, all of them crossed the Indian Ocean in search for the same simple pleasure: a great tasting meal. And like the eager traders before me, I too will come for a seat at the table. My journey begins here at the Asa Spice Shop in downtown Copenhagen, where the owner Julian shares his love for all flavors of the island. I'm John, and the dashing young man by my side is Anders, an old friend who will join me on this culinary adventure.
So you source a lot of your stuff from Sri Lanka.
Yep.
You know, why Sri Lanka?
I was pleasantly surprised by how beautifully hearted the people are. It's a beautiful wonderland. Think about how things are made and prepared and how work relates to family life and community. I think it's as simple as that. But then I'm just an old hippie, you know, what do I know? Happy people make good products. And I think particularly cinnamon.
One long flight later, and here we are, basking in the kind of tropical sunlight a Dane could only imagine. Together, Anders and I will travel the island on a quest to discover, one meal at a time, just what it is that makes Sri Lankan cuisine so unique and unforgettable. Join us for a feast of serendipity. Our first stop is with a true living legend of the Sri Lankan kitchen. You will find Dr. Publis at the illustrious Mount Lavinia. Dr. Publis has been cooking here for more than 60 years, writing several cookbooks along the way. I'm sure you can find space enough for this little one. Today he will show us how to make a dish unique to the island's southern coast, Fish Ambul Thiyal. This special curry is mixed by hand and cooked inside an essential piece of Sri Lankan kitchenware, the clay pot.
Breakfast ready.
Yes.
Yeah, Fish Ambul Thiyal. Very fresh tuna. This Sri Ambul, also little dynamite. And roti.
Yeah, roti. But you can see them here.
Yeah, the onion.
Chilies and the onions inside. Yeah.
Boom. It's strong. It's good hangover food even.
I think it is.
I think it is. I like this.
Let me ask you, Publis, how did you get started with cooking here?
That time, no gas,
No gas.
only charcoal. After that, I helped cook,
Yeah.
learning cuisine.
You traveled to 28 countries to showcase Sri Lankan food. You wrote 13 books on Sri Lankan cuisine. What was the biggest difference from Sri Lanka? What was the kitchen that was most different?
Everybody tell Sri Lanka have India food. No, 100% different.
Not the same.
Not the same. Every country I go and learn.
Yeah.
Now 70 kind.
Still learning.
To learn. Yeah.
You don't use so much salt and you don't use so much sugar. And you don't use animal fat in your cooking?
Sri Lanka have coconut milk and coconut oil. No cholesterol free.
So that's one reason why we're sitting in front of a man
No fat.
who's turning 80 years soon.
Yes.
And going to work every day.
Every day.
Every day. And this is a Sunday, by the way.
සිනිහස ඉල්ලා ලිය තඹරා ළඟ හඬා වැටෙනවා මියසි කැලක්.
The next stop on our tour is a visit with Franklin Okus. Franklin helps run the Dutch Burger Union, a touchstone of Sri Lanka's colonial past.
This building is 106 years old now.
Yeah.
The Dutch people, when they landed in Sri Lanka, they got married to some of our Sri Lankans. Burger means it's a mixture sort of a thing.
The order today is a specialty here at the DBU, lamp rice.
Yeah.
That's the mixed lamb rice.
Chicken and the Sri Ambul. This is eggplant?
That's right. It's good to have use your fingers when you're eating something. because you can mix it so well. Some people, they don't like, they say your fingers are so dirty and you are going to use it, but no, it can be the cutlery is more dirty than your fingers.
On Franklin's urging, we stop to visit Lorraine. From the kitchen of her own home, Lorraine sends out about 100 parcels of lampreys a day.
I don't know whether there are that many burger men who cook, because the burger men are all spoilt. So they don't have to do a darn thing. They just eat. First of all, you have to wash them.
Yes.
With a cloth soaked in water and clean the leaf.
Yeah.
Then after that, you have to blanch it. The word is blanch. Yes, over the flame. And then it's trimmed. You cut off the hard piece. And then you use that for wrapping. Once it becomes flexible like that, it stays like that. Yes. You must remember that this is an island. So we have been influenced by so many people and things. I'm not just saying this because I'm a Sri Lankan, but I do believe that our cuisine is varied and interesting and flavoursome.
Next we enter Galle Fort, a port city along the southwestern coast where one can find Catholic churches and mosques too, landmarks pointing back to Sri Lanka's rich history of cultural exchange. Our guide today is Rasika. Rasika exemplifies the modern generation of Sri Lankans who, like me and Anders, are eager to embrace new flavors no matter where they come from.
This lighthouse is built by the British. I quite like, this is personal opinion, right? That there are different architecture styles, different things that they left for us. It's quite nice. I think if it was just us, it could have been a bit boring too.
Over at the fish market, they haul the day's catch right up on the shore for your choosing. This little bone here, still sharp to the touch, once poked out the tip of a stingray's tail. The young fisherman tells us just how close the ray came that day to piercing it straight through his leg. Sometimes it seems there are dangerous steps along the journey from the sea to your table. Notice that sound? That's our cook dicing up tonight's kotorotti. Many cooks have their own signature rhythm, using it like a musician might to build up a fan base who can recognize the pattern and come following it from streets away. We say farewell to Rasika with just enough appetite left for one more stop. Publis, a fantastic restaurant in Colombo located a few blocks away from the White House and the National Museum. Here, a fleet of well-trained cooks prepare dishes of incredible depth and nuance. Tonight's final meal is a big one, Jaffna fish head curry. Begin the curry with pandan leaves, curry leaves, garlic, ginger and chilies over a hot pan. Then blend these ingredients with a bit of coconut milk to create a rich, aromatic paste. Sauté a few handfuls of cinnamon sticks and last but not least, add the fish head. I wonder if the smarter ones are tastier, having a bigger brain and all. But this is just a hunch.
So even though they say it's fish head, it's a lot of meat in it.
You want to use every piece of the animal or every piece of the fish.
Nothing gets chucked out. Yeah, I was born in Sri Lanka, and they say that's always home. I lived in Melbourne for about 35 years. I came here to semi-retire, and they say restaurant has never retired. So
Good thing you didn't.
Yeah.
So you kind of know, the world outside.
Yeah.
What is if you were to contrast the Sri Lankan kitchen and the Sri Lankan cuisine to what you've seen outside? What is the most distinctive?
The aromas, because we use so many different spices,
Yeah.
So everything here, the difference is you do everything.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of Western countries are
You get
it pre.
Yeah, you make it from ground here.
Yeah.
Still.
And David's right. Looking back on all we've eaten so far, I can't recall a single ingredient that was pre-packaged or loaded with preservatives. It doesn't take long to taste the difference between made with natural flavors and just plain nature.
Very close to a cow's anus.
Join us for part 2 as Anders and I continue to explore Sri Lankan cuisine with a visit to the Horathapola estate. Here we will join the village chef Vijay and take a tour of the grounds where everything we prepare for the night's dinner is picked straight from the earth.
Just a little bit of sweetener will bring out the flavor even more, I think.
So this is trigger. I like it.
Yeah, very nice. There's a smoothie for you that will fill you up.